When I talk to entrepreneurs, typically I'll ask, what percentage of your business are you looking to get from referrals? And they'll share 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100% of the business they're hoping to get from referrals. And then I ask a second question. Okay, tell me, do you have a business plan? And most of the time I'll get yes. And then when I ask, do you have a written plan? A few less yeses. And then when I say, how about a written a written marketing plan, less yeses. And then when I go, okay, how about a written referral marketing plan? It's almost always no. We don't have that. And so if our goal is we want to get 50, 75, 100% of our business from referrals, shouldn't we have a plan on how to do that? Hi, my name is Tiffany Kellogg, and I'm excited to be here today, joined by some of my fellow Asentiv facilitators from around the globe as we talk about this idea of what to include in a marketing plan, specifically what to include in a referral marketing plan. And so we're going to take a look at some of the different things that are included. As we go through today, do know that you can put into the comments down wherever you happen to watch this video on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, we would love to hear from you about those. So I mentioned we want to have a written referral marketing plan. This is my written referral marketing plan. And to take a look at what's included, make it easy on us that are visual, we have several different things that are part of our referral marketing plan. And we're going to go through those in just a moment. However, before we do that, I kind of want to open it up to our group here from around the globe, or at least in the US and Europe, to share some thoughts on why is it important for entrepreneurs to have a written referral marketing plan? Why is that such an important thing? Who wants to start us off?
I can start if you want to, Tiffany. Stefan here from Stockholm, Sweden. I think it's all about getting clarity. It's about clarity who you are, what you're doing, and what value you're bringing to the market, and how you do it, and where you want to be in the future. So clarity is for me the foundation of a marketing plan, to be clear for yourself, but in this case, to be clear to your network, so the network really understands and can help you and wants to help you to get where you want to be. So clarity for me is a key component in the referral marketing plan.
Excellent. Love it. Who else wants to share the value in your mind of having a written referral marketing plan?
Yeah, from my side, I think it's very important that all the stuff that you have to written down is also really implemented by yourself, that you do that really honest an agreement with yourself. And we see that for many, many years. When you have written down your plan, is the percentage that you will also achieve your goal and your plan much, much higher than you have not written down. And that's a fact.
Yes. Anytime we can write the things down, it definitely makes a huge difference. Agneta or Ulf, anything else you want to add to this?
Can just emphasize what Stefan and Sandra had said. To have the clarity and have it on paper or in the computer, but written down, makes a total difference.
Yeah, I remember the first time I was going through this conversation, this idea of a written referral marketing plan. And we were talking about, if you had a house that you were building, would you build a house without having a plan for it? And I mean, you could, I guess, but it probably isn't going to end up like what you want. And so if our goal is to grow our business by referral, we should probably have a plan to make that happen. And so I mentioned there are several different components that can be a part of your referral marketing plan. This isn't all of them, but this is where we're going to get started. And Agneta, I think you're actually going to start us off with our first conversation around emotionally charged connections. So what is it? What is it all about? Why is it important? Turning the floor over to you.
Okay, the ECC, the emotionally charged connection, that's actually why you do what you do. The things that get you up in the morning and yes, another beautiful day, and I have to do what I love to do. And if you are going to ask other people for help, it's really more easy if they know why you do it And that's also what differentiates you from all the competitors, because there actually are no competitors when we realize our own ECC, because no one have the same. And that's what sets us apart from the others and make it more important how we help our clients. And it's also the basic for all the rest in the referral marketing plan.
Excellent. Gentlemen, anything else you want to add to this idea of the emotionally charged connection? I know this is, as Agneta mentioned, a keystone foundational piece for everything else that's going to come. We're not going to talk a lot about the vision and mission today, that those can be a part. Actually, we're going to talk about the vision, but not the mission. Those can be, definitely based off of this idea of your emotionally charged connection. Here in the States, sometimes people will call this your why or your story. Gentlemen, what else do you want to add to this idea of your emotionally charged connection? Because I know it's a keystone for us in the Asentiv world. And if you're like, I don't know what mine is, check out in the US, it's Asentiv's Ignite Your Business, or in Europe, Asentiv Pro can help you figure that out. But gentlemen, anything else you want to add to this conversation? Yes, Stefan.
Yes, please. And I think this is as Agneta says, that sets us apart from other programs as we're starting this entrepreneurial development from the inside to the outside instead of start from the outside to the in, which normally is the case when you talk about entrepreneurial development, because the ECC is where you connect to who you are, what's really important to you, and why you really, from an emotional point of view, do what you do, instead of competing with pricing and functionality and so forth. You don't need to compete because you are unique. And if you have a message that based on your uniqueness, who you are, you don't need copyright. You don't need it because you are who you are, and people will be attracted to your emotional connection. And that's what we call it the ECC, because you attract the right people to you, you attract the right clients, and you attract the right network unconsciously. You don't need to talk so much because you do it unconsciously, because you don't need to be anyone else than yourself.
And I think when we can be ourselves, we just live a better and nicer world. When we get to be who we are and who we're meant to be. Plus, I love the emotionally charged connection, is it kind of lights us up and gets us going in the morning. All right. So that's our first component for the referral marketing plan. Next up, we do have my vision. And Wilf, we're turning it over to you to talk to us a little bit about the vision.
Yeah, thank you. When we were a child, we had very easy to dream and see what the future should be. But the older we went, this disappeared. So what we like to do now is to see how is it in the future, 3, 4, 5 years in front of us, where will we be? And that is also showing the way that we should go to get there. So it's very important to realize that we can put us into the position 3, 4, 5 years in front of us and see what have we achieved during these years. And this would be a very good facet for us to follow. So I think the vision is very, very important.
What would you say to people that are concerned with making a 3 or 5 year vision? Because what if stuff changes? And my gosh, do we ever live in a time where things have changed? I don't know that any of our referral marketing plans took into account shut down everything. Prior to this, I know I've been doing Asentiv since 2005, and it's always been in person. I always said, no, we're not going online. It's always going to be done in person. And then in March of 2020, it's like, oh, you have to be online. That's your only option. So what would be your recommendation to people if they're like, but I don't know what's going to happen, things may change, do I still need a vision?
Yes, definitely you need a vision, and the bigger vision you have, the better it is. And it doesn't cost more to dream big than to dream small. So and changes, yeah, there will always be on the road.
Gotcha. And Agneta, I think you wanted to add something as well.
Yeah, I think as the vision to developing the plan, because the vision is where you're going. If you don't have a plan, it's so hard to replan. But if things happens, if you have a plan, it's so much easier to change the plan than starting from nothing. So the vision is really good.
Sometimes I think about the vision, going off of what you just shared, as a roadmap. And sometimes there's detours. And so we're just having to try to figure out, how do we detour around what may happen in life that we have no control over. Anything, anybody else wants to add on our conversation on vision?
Well, a vision for me is to attract people to me, so they can be a part of my mission. If they see they are a part of my vision, they probably want to help me. That attracts and unites people into my cause, so to say. So that's why when I talk about vision, it's using your mental faculty, which is the fantasy, and create the vision that is exciting, that attracts people, that is crazy sometimes, because you're probably not going to reach it. However, it's the way, it's the journey, which is the fun thing to do it, and taking those steps as Ulf is talking about. That's the way. You don't change your vision or goal. Change your strategy, because the things will always happen. There will always be disturbances like COVID or whatever. Then you have to change, adapt. And that's what people do. And that's what I think this is all about. Make a fantastic, amazing vision and just take your first step, because then you are successful.
Awesome.
And don't forget that the vision is, in the future, the most important tool to lead a company and to achieve a really big goal. And the new generation, with the new whys behind the life and the new imagine about to have a spectacular life, it's definitely the vision-driven entrepreneurs, the point that the new generation want to be. And vision is vision a leadership tool.
Awesome. Excellent. Thank you all so much for talking about vision here. As we pop back into our referral marketing plan, and this is out of Asentiv's Ignite Your Business, or Asentiv Pro, offered around the world, where you can create your written referral marketing plan. And we're not going to talk today about mission, though I do want to talk about the next component, and that is image, because I think that when it comes to growing your business by referral, oftentimes when I ask entrepreneurs, okay, tell me about your image, tell me words that describe you and your brand, I get words like boring, and I'm sorry, not boring. You get boring words like professional and on time and efficient and an expert. And while I think those are fine words, they're boring words, they don't really have a specific meaning. They don't really grab us in so far as us being different. A big part of my image, per se, you can't see it here, but I'm all about the socks. So I actually have a book. I have 2 books that have socks in the title, because a part of my image, when you see me on stage, when I'm speaking in person, it's about the socks. Now, does that have anything to do with growing your business by referral? Not really, but my brand is more money, more time, more fun. And so the socks is a way that I share my fun. You can see the book in the background. And then you've got Baby Yoda or Grogu. This is another way that I share my fun. Being a nerd is a huge part of my brand. Maybe not a huge part, but a little part of my brand. And so those are 2 things that not everybody has. In the US, I also have my Southern accent. Doesn't work the same. You know, we've got all kinds of accents here on today's video, but those are a couple things to me that help me stand out. The socks, the nerdiness. For Christmas, I got 15 pairs of Star Trek Christmas socks. So I'm like in nerdy sock heaven. But I thought I'd ask some of the rest of you, what are some things about you, about your brand, that's different than everybody else?
I think for us, it's very much this, taking care of your life, and maybe not being so fancy, but instead it's more home, more, family kind of feeling in our groups and in the people we work together with.
Excellent. Love it. Stefan, you've got some stuff that you do.
Yeah, I do. And I just recently got a feedback on that. The image, the perceived image for other people, that you're always cooking, you're putting things, you paella, you do sports and cycling, and you're out in doing CrossFit and whatever. That's something that people see. So, and years ago, you were always in the US and California, almost 2 times a year. That's right. What's seen is what people believe in. I think that tends to be part of your image, and reflect yourself. Is that how I want to be perceived? The question asked. Yes, in one way, yes. I want to be sporty. I love cooking, and that's why part of me, because cooking is a way of for me is to do it with other people as well. So you do it together. That's part of building relationships with other people. That's actually one of the reasons I joined this company. That's because of the family dinner. We did cooking together. And that's for me my image, to be part of such things. It's part of it, and also to be. Some years ago, I had red pants. I still have them.
I remember we had at conference Red Pants Day, and because we had all bought or got red pants. Even Tom Fleming had some red pants, which was hysterical. And so everybody was like, "Okay, we're all wearing red pants in honor of Stefan today." And so I think your image is just a way that people can connect with you as a person. And that's what referrals to me are all about. It's about the relationship that we have with the person. We can't have referrals without the relationship. And so if we can get to know people both on the business level and the personal level, it gives us that better opportunity to connect. And in our referral marketing plan, one of the other things that we talk about is the image triage. And that is determining, okay, what pieces of our image do we need to work on? I actually have a list in Socks of Success. I share it in Asentiv Ignite Your Business of 113 different ways to brand your business. And do you have all of those ways on point for what's going to be happening? So there's lots of ways that we can use branding. Though I think important in branding our business, branding ourselves, is keeping in mind on our referral marketing plan, this next component, my target market. Who is the ideal client? And I'm going to turn that over to our CEO of Asentiv, Sandro, to talk to us a little bit about this component, target market.
Yes, thank you, Tiffany. So I think when you start a business or when you want to bring your business on the next level is the clear definition about what really is my target market first, and then in the second step, what is my ideal client. That's, in my opinion, the fundamental question when you start or you want to push your business. So the most of the people know that. So you ask the people in the front of you and ask him, who is your client? And the answer is everybody that needs, everybody that want to be, and all this stuff. And that's the completely opposite from them what we do. So we need a really strict commitment and a really focus on it. And that's the most important before you can start a referral marketing plan. And otherwise, your referral sources or your referral partner have a really hard job to make the referral generator for yourself. Then he had no idea. It's very complicated to refer everybody and everywhere and every use and all the stuff. So you have to be really clear on it, what you really want. And the best case, the best message on that is when you have a really clear idea and a really clear, how you say that today, an avatar, when you have a really clear avatar, what you really want, then you spend a lot of time. Then you know what all the stuff you don't want, and that's perfect. And sometimes come clients up and say, yeah, but I know, I understand, but in my case, in my business, it's really everybody is my client. And I say, no, mostly not. So you want to have people, they are not respectful. You want people, they don't pay you. You want people, they are not commitment and all this stuff. And then you make a short list, it's mostly enough. And then they realize, okay, not everybody is my clients. Not everybody is there. And then in the second step, you can create that in a tool, a message, in an avatar, in a picture that help your referral source to recruit referral for you and your business.
Excellent. Love it. Yeah, I think this is probably another one of those foundational components in creating our success in referral marketing. And so often people want to skip over this. So and yes, everybody's like, no, 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 this does not apply to me. I have if you think, hey, I don't need a target market, I have a really cute cartoon that I can share the link on Facebook that's totally worth watching. It's a couple minutes and it will tell you exactly why you need a target market. But let me open it up to anybody here. If somebody was to say to you, okay, how do I determine my target market? What are some tips or tricks? And y'all that are watching, please understand that this is, a 2 or 3 hour conversation that we do inside Asentiv's Ignite Your Business, inside Asentiv Pro. So I'm asking not for the Cliff Notes version of the conversation, but the Twitter version of the conversation. So very short, any tips that we have on finding that target market or defining our target market. Open to us all. Yeah, Stefan, and then Agneta.
When you understand and know your emotionally charged connection, that's a compass that directs you directly towards your target market. When you understand that link, you're done. You're clear.
Love it. Love it.
And if you look at your existing clients, some of them are more fun to work with than others. So where are more of those fun clients? That's your target market.
Yeah, there's an exercise I love to have my clients do. If they have clients already, like the ones that they're looking for, is make a list of your top 10, your top 20 favorite clients. So the ones you like working with and that pay you well. And then kind of look to see what do they have in common. This actually, back in the day when we still owned, my husband and I had a promotional products company. We were working on defining his target market, and he made a list of his 10 favorite clients. 9 of them were his beer drinking buddies. So we created a networking event called Brewing Up Business that met monthly at a brewery. And I'm like, okay, here's a perfect, for us, it was like, here's an opportunity to business expense the beer. But it was an opportunity to hang out with our favorite clients that we love to. So yeah, I love the idea of look at the clients you already have that you enjoy working with or that are fun, and utilizing that component of it. Anything else y'all want to add for our viewing audience? And again, if y'all are watching, if you have questions, please drop them into the comments wherever you're watching this. Anything else you want to add on our target market before we move on? Okay. As Tom Fleming says, we're in good shape for the shape that we're in. All right. Now, if we look here, we do also next on the list have things to do to reach my target market. I think it is very important for us to determine, okay, how do we reach them? Again, we talk about that more in Asentiv Pro and Asentiv Ignite Your Business. But we've talked a little bit about, who we are with our vision and our emotionally charged connection. We've talked about our target market. Now, I think when it comes to referrals, we need those relationships and those people. So I want to turn it over to Stefan to talk to us a little bit about the relationships, the network.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Tiffany. I think this is a really topic I love to talk about because I've seen some people to expand their network to 30,000 people LinkedIn or whatever, and this is what their goal is. 30,000 connections on LinkedIn does not mean that you have a network. It's called network, not net sit, net connect, net eat, whatever. It's called work. You need to work with your people to create a network. Those 30,000 could be some sort of relationship or some sort of referrals, but that's a hope strategy. Things will always happen. But what we talk about here, to have a network of people that will exchange predictably referrals between each other. And that's why we help people to define their team of, would say, 10 to 15 people, say 12, that you really start to find out, can we work together? Do we want to work together? How can we help each other in a better so we can expand our businesses together and have some fun that way? And that you can't actually work with 100 to 200 people because it takes too much time. And what we do, we're helping people to find those people and start working with them and see how they can generate business and exchange knowledge or support over there between each other. So that is when you can start talking about predictability. because you can actually predict your business if you have the right sources instead of relying on hope. And that's something that is really a game changer for many people I've been working with. I think you have been working with, when you understand that difference. And most people are talking about the clients. They have clients as ambassadors. They believe that clients are the only source, but just that one of 7, 8 sources. And it's even not the best source. So there are much to talk about in this area, and I love to do it. But it's connections doesn't mean you have a network. You need to work with the people, and that's what
Yeah.
it's about.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. This is definitely a disconnect I think people have. They think of, let me grow my business by referral, and let me go join 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 networking groups. Let me be at every event. Let me be on every group page. Let me be on all the social media platforms and know these 30,000 people, as you said. And to me, it's really much about, as you mentioned, who are your top 12 referral sources? And they may not even be clients. I know, like you said, a lot of times people think the clients are our best referral sources, but there's one better. And we do talk about that in the Asentiv realm. There's referral sources better than clients. But I do think it's a mindset shift that people have to make. It's not about being a part of networking groups. It's not about knowing the massive. It's about a handful of those deep, strong, meaningful referral relationships. What else are y'all thinking when you think about whom you're getting those referrals from? Or what do we need to do to help get those referrals? Because one of the things in our referral marketing plan is referral sources and activities. So we talked a little bit about the referral sources. We skipped over the networks I will belong to. But if we think about the referral source and activities, not only do we want to make sure that we're identifying who are our top 12, we got to do some stuff to get them motivated to help us out. So I'm going to come around to each of you and ask, what's one of your favorite tactics to help motivate your referral sources? Who wants to answer? All right. Who wants to answer first? What's one of your favorite tactics to help motivate your referral sources quickly? Because we just have a couple minutes left.
I love to do things together, do projects together with other people. That's when we do something together. That's something I love to do.
Excellent.
I like to show them that I will help them also. So we have the connection the both ways.
Cool.
And I agree with Stefan, doing things together. And when we find our ECC and the people we want to have as our referral partners, we probably have some kind of common interest, as you said, with the beer drinking community, or I have referral partners. We go to ice hockey, watching ice hockey games, and talk business. That's perfect.
Excellent. Love it. Love it.
So at the end of the day, you have to make the decision how you want, with how and with who want to spend your lifetime. And ECC is a part of them, and all what you say, ice hockey, interest, beer drinking, all the stuff. At the end of the day, it's a decision how you want to make a spectacular life and an amazing business for yourself. And then you can make the decision with who you want to do that very easily.
Love it. And one of my favorites, though certainly not the only one, I love collaborating with people. And whether it's let's do a live together with people in my network or write an article or a book, I love being able to work on things with people because too often it seems like we are entrepreneurs that are an island to ourselves. And so I like the opportunity to be working together. So we talked a little bit today about the referral marketing plan. Of course, we can't cover everything that goes into the referral marketing plan in 30 minutes. And when we do Asentives Ignite Your Business, when we do Asentiv Pro, we actually spend 10, 12, 15 sessions, a couple hours a piece, going through each of these components to really work on it. So you can walk out with that written referral marketing plan. I'm kind of nerdy and old school. I like having it printed and in a binder. That's just me. Before we wrap up, though, what I want to do is just go around and give you the opportunity to share any last thoughts that you have on this idea of having a referral marketing plan. Again, we haven't been able to cover everything there is. Plus, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where you're from, your role, to get us going. And so, Sandro, I'll kick it over to you to start off. Anything else that you want to add? And who are you?
The only thing what I want to add is that you don't have to forget that the referral marketing plan is never ever done. Okay, so you have to work on it over and over again, and over the years, and over the business, and over the topics and the challenge. Make the referral marketing plan the perfect solution that it can have currently over and over again. So I'm Sandro Moore from the HQ Asentiv headquarters here in Switzerland. Thank you for joining this meeting.
Yes. I remember hearing the analogy of the referral marketing plan like being the plan for the house, but we're changing our yard, we're changing the garden, we're changing the decor. And so, yeah, it is, here's the master plan, but some of the pieces can be changed. Awesome. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Agneta, you're up.
Okay. The referral marketing plan is important as it's the best time and money spent investment. It's the cheapest way to get more business, and actually the business you really, really want, because you decide what you want. And I'm Agneta Rebo. I'm living in north of Sweden, and I'm an Asentiv franchisee.
Yeah, I think everyone have said the most thing about this referral marketing plan. It's very important to have, and it's like a roadmap. And you talked earlier about the detours. It's easy to do, and the detours can many times be the times when you found out things that you haven't expected or is very good. So thank you for letting me be here. I'm Ulf Janebo, also from Asentiv Sweden, and married to Agneta.
Love it.
As you said in the beginning, Tiffany, that most companies, even big companies, rely on referrals or network to get their new businesses, up to 80-90%. But most of them rely on hope when it comes to getting them. This structure makes it possible for them to be more predictable, have a strategy to address that channel, that lead channel, instead of investing hundreds of millions in. It's nothing wrong with social media, but people are spending so much money on social media that doesn't give anything back. And this is the cheapest way of doing it, actually, and most common way. But this is the structure. And as I said, I've done this for 7 times, and I'm still not ready, because this is not a training. This is a way of being. When you talk about marketing, it's another way. It's another thing. I think it does distinguish what we do compared to a lot of other opportunities out there.
And who are you?
Stefan Molander from Sweden. I'm the master franchisee for the Swedish and Norwegian market.
Awesome.
In Asentiv.
Awesome. And I want to say thank you all so very much for being here with us today as we explore this idea of a referral marketing plan. It's our map to get us to where we want to go to create the success that we're looking for with the right people, with the clients that we love. My name is Tiffany Kellogg. I am in Tampa, Florida, in the United States, sharing Asentiv so we can help people make money, save time, and have fun. I'll leave some links in the YouTube video. So if you're watching this on another platform, you can pop over to YouTube, put the title, what to include in a marketing plan in, and I'll have all kinds of information, links where you can find all of us, where you can learn more about Asentiv to Ignite Your Business and Asentiv Pro so that you can have that amazing business and spectacular life. So thank you, everybody, for being here with us today. Thanks, y'all, for watching, and happy networking, y'all.